Good morning, dear Virgo. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing well. All right, Virgo, let's see how things are going to be. Your available energies at this moment so you can use them to your advantage and see a situation from a new point of view. This reading is general. Take what resonates with you and don't discard the message. And it applies to all those who have their sun, ascendant, moon, or Venus in the sign of Virgo. Virgo, if you want, you can subscribe to the channel. Remember to activate all the bells so you can get notifications for the new videos I upload. If you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts where I'll be uploading new content. We're going to channel a message for the sign of Virgo for this moment. Virgo, you have the Six of Cups here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Tower. So much change. The Eight of Swords. Virgo, there's a situation here with Virgo, with a person. For each of you, the Six of Cups may mean something different, but the past is present in this situation, and we're talking about, or it could be an old friendship, a person you've known since you were kids, from childhood. We're talking about a person with whom you've shared many things over time. In other cases, this past can come to symbolize a family member, the family, or your former self. But I feel it more like now, let's see where it's heading, but I feel it more like a person. There's something that has happened. I feel like you've had a revelation here with this person, and there's something, the energy shows how the bond and relationship were developing. For example, it's a former friendship or an ex-partner or an emotional bond that has reappeared. Thank you. There's an energy that tells us to pay attention because the relationship couldn't continue the same way and had to change. Here, I feel like there's a change due to force majeure, a transformation in the dynamics of the relationship. This is also like meeting someone you haven't seen in a long time and finding them in a different way or noticing a different attitude from this person. Saying, hey, this isn't like it was before, or this person isn't like they used to be, or the energy doesn't feel the same. Whether it's because there may have been some misunderstandings or some kind of differences, but there's something here that has changed, and it's changed completely. What we can see is that the bond has entered a new cycle. Your relationships are also entering a new cycle. When it comes to sharing, when it comes to relating to others, what you give, what you receive, and the gestures as well. A lot is changing in your life on an emotional level. And this change is a big one. It's a 180-degree change. I mean, a fast and really deep change. And I feel that with this person, there might be some kind of test with these changes. I mean, we're not talking about breakups or anything like that here so far. I feel this is more like a test. A test to see how strong the bonds are, how strong this friendship is, how strong this love is, how strong this feeling is that you have with this person. Despite the changes and some challenges that have come up, I see that the situation leaves you there, like recalculating a lot because certain limits show up there. And these could be limits to expression, like whether I write to them or not. There's a sense of denying yourself or holding back here. Many times this energy shows up because you cling to or hold on too much to an old issue, to an old way of thinking about this. Does it have to be this way? Or does that person have to write to me? So, This only causes confusion of thoughts, of ideas. Sometimes you say, well, where is this relationship going? Where is it headed? What ideas? I'm also holding on, but I see that there's also some kind of obstacle there. To accept a change as well, or to accept that the other person has changed, or to accept that the relationship itself has changed, and it's not like it was before. Whatever the reasons may be, whatever they've experienced, if there have been differences, if there were differences in the way of thinking, but there's no doubt that something has changed deeply. Let's see. The thing is that beyond the fact that at times there may be situations of confusion or doubt, the revelation is there, and I feel that the revelation also invites us to see, to awaken, to step out of the situation a little, to say, I'm starting to understand, I'm starting to grasp the change, I'm starting to see where things are going. Let's see what else we have. This can also be given attention, like we have children here. I could also be talking about relationships with children who are changing at this moment. Maybe they're out there looking for their space, their place, their new way of expressing themselves. They're growing too, this feels like entering a new stage, a new cycle. Let's see, maybe what also confuses things a bit is the ever-changing situation. No. Let's see, Virgo. Let's draw 3 more arcana. You have here the Ace of Cups, the 10 of Cups. And here we have the Hanged Man, the Ace of Wands. Well, everything here speaks to us of a beginning. I see this situation. I see this situation as very positive, because what happens? Take your time to think about what has changed, what has been invested, to step out of the situation a bit and see it from the outside. Change can feel uncomfortable, but something is ending, like understanding whether it's about that person, about yourself, or about the relationship itself. There's an energy here of letting go, of releasing, whether it's attention. There's the Tower card showing up, maybe letting go of pride, letting go of ego. There's no room for that here. If this situation is seen as letting go in that way, if I hold on too tightly to how the relationship should be, or if I stick too much to one position, that creates resistance. So what ends up being let go here is the bond, the relationship. If the relationship is let go, I see that there is a positive energy when it comes to opening yourself up to new relationships, opening up to a new bond that aligns more with your purpose and your energy. Because here, something new is starting to open up in the emotional and sentimental area. Another group of Virgo, and I also want to mention this, and there's also a good energy here for reconciling with this person. That's why I say, and it's optional, right? These are also personal decisions for each person. Because I feel that this questioning we have here, the questioning about change, about what needed to change, right? Working with that Tower isn't about ego or pride. No, it's about recognizing something that needed to change, because that's what the Tower implies. It's not about saying what needs to change, what needs to be adjusted. It's about what needs to be given up, let go of, or released. And I feel that here, there's a potential to start over, to give both of you the chance to begin a new stage, but from a different, distinct place, where you both start to open up emotionally, where you also begin to enjoy new things, where I feel that it's also about the goals you have as a couple, as a bond, as a friendship, as a mother-child or father-child relationship. They're changing because something has been reflected on and understood. There's a kind of readjustment happening here. So the energy is really strong around what I'm willing to give up. Maybe I'm giving up the need to be right. This is also ego surrender. It's what I have to let go of, release, or see from a much higher place, from another perspective, okay? There's an opportunity for something to restart or for something to begin very, very strongly. Let's see what else we have. Great moment, Virgo. To connect with what gives you satisfaction, not to connect with your desires, your longings, your dreams, but also to connect with your inner child, with that boy or girl inside you. A moment to play, to love, to feel. Let's see what else we have. Virgo, you have the High Priestess here. We have the Hermit. And here we have Death. The Five of Cups. We have the whole reading. And here it is. Here is a confirmation of what we've talked about. Because the idea of letting go of the bond or accepting an ending here is stronger than what we've talked about regarding reconciliation. I mean, is there much more strength in how the reading has ended? Notice that there's a very deep process here, right? A process. He sees you there as very introspective, with a strong need to be with yourself, a strong need to go deeper into your emotions and your feelings, in something that had been hidden, that had been repressed. No, like I need to be with myself. I need to be alone. I need time for myself to analyze, to think, to shed light on my inner self, to discover a truth, and also to accept something that has ended, to accept something that is over. If this has to do, for example, with an ex-partner who has come back and things have turned out very differently from what you thought, I feel that here it has been accepted. No, well, I feel that this doesn't work. I accept and I definitely close this story and let it go. But I feel that this person in this situation had a purpose, which is to give you clarity. What you really want in your life, what truly makes you happy, what really gives you pleasure, because that's what's changing in your life. I feel that many of you, Virgo, are in a process where you are starting to discover new things, new emotions, to say it. I've realized that I had these desires kept inside me, that I had these longings, these dreams, that these are my ideals in life. And I've kept them hidden for a long time, and now I'm starting to understand them, to embrace them. No, not to force situations either, not to force relationships, not to force bonds, not to also accept what ends, to accept what also comes to its end, what is sometimes inevitable, but also take all of this as the preparation for a great rebirth in your life, an emotional rebirth, a sentimental rebirth, a rebirth of the heart, a rebirth of your ideals, of what gives you pleasure, of what gives you satisfaction, of connections and bonds. That's why you're living through a very emotional moment. I feel it's very complex and strong, not intense because it's very marked. Isn't it a farewell? This emotional closure, but also the opening to what truly makes you happy. Let's see what we have in the oracle. Which totem will be accompanying you? Dear video, right? You have the hummingbird here. The hummingbird is a bridge between different planes and can carry messages from one place to another. It assures you that your loved ones living or departed are at peace, love you, and are with you. Additionally, the hummingbird symbolizes energy, beauty, and vitality. Invoke its spirit when you're tired or feeling down. Tell it your wishes, and it will carry your message to the Great Spirit so that it may soon become reality. Dear Virgo, this is what we've seen for all of you. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you here next time.